Santa Rosa Island is located 40 miles off the coast of Ventura and is the second largest island in California at approximately 53,000 acres. Humans have been using the island for at least 13,000 years, according to radiocarbon dating of the oldest human remains found. First came the Chumash. They have an abundance of archaeological sites and artifacts on Lady Rosa. This civilization thrived off of the resources of the island, including fish, sea mammals, seabirds, and shellfish. What they could not produce, they traded for with people on the mainland. Unfortunately, European explorers began to arrive with the spread of colonization, and the Chumash were removed from their ancestral homes. Mexico gained the island and its independence in 1821, and land grants were passed out in 1838. Eventually, the longest-running owners of the island became the Vail family of the Vails and Vickers Cattle Ranch. They ran a large operation of cattle grazing on the island that decimated the grasslands and environment there. After its acquisition by the National Park Service in 1986, the island was open to general visitors.
Professor Tracy Lee Clark. I teach environmental communication in the communication program here at CSU Channel Islands. I take them out to Santa Rosa Island because we study, the classes that I take them in is environmental communication and some other ones as well. And we're studying the environment, so it makes sense to me to get them out in the environment, talking about it. And Santa Rosa Island, we have such a privilege that we have a research station there, and it's an excellent opportunity for students to contextualize the theories and the ideas that I'm teaching them in class. It just teaches them in a way that I just never could. Okay. That's a great question. We've done a number of things. We've talked about ecological identity and how the language they use to describe the environment and describe their relationship with it, the impacts of that, and how it impacts behavior, how it impacts policy. We've also done outreach programs for the island using our skills and our understanding of how to reach different audiences. And we've developed different plans for the island and the Santa Rosa Research Station. So it really depends on the class and the needs of the island. But also while we're out there, they always do a project because students, we don't want to just sit around and talk about the environment. We want to do good, hard work and have that experience. If you're going to advocate on behalf of something, you need to know it. You need to go out there and feel the dirt and experience it. And so even just being out there, I think, is teaching them how the role that language has. Oh, you guys were great. So I always work with them ahead of time and ask them sort of what projects do they have a need for, and they needed you guys to gather acorns, which is very different than what we've done in the past. And so I believe I think it was like almost 20 pounds of acorns that you guys gathered. And so what they'll do is they'll plant those to replenish Lady Rosa. And in the past we've done that, and those acorns, there's actually little trees now that have grown. They sent me pictures of these trees, and it's really cool to think that those efforts our students contributed to actually making Lady Rosa back to what she was and to a healthy ecosystem. So you guys were focused on acorn gathering, and then I think we did a couple of other activities, but that was really, it was very valuable to the organizations that are working on the island to restore her.
I think, well, for one, our school's named after it. But it's the closest, other than the Santa Monica Mountains National Park. And I think it's really important for students in the local area, especially because we have so many students that grew up here, and they probably have never even realized that those islands are available to them. And I think it's important as environmentalists for as many people to visit them as possible to realize that it's important to protect them. They bring their sleeping bags. I think communication students kind of bridge the gap between science and the public and stakeholders, getting those different members politically or thinking wise together to try to communicate protection and being a good steward and education, right? Without a good communication plan, nothing's going to happen. So you guys are hopefully the ones connecting all those pieces.